Hey yo, what's up everybody? I go by the name of Psycholution and you are watching Hiphop Is Universal. Word up. Yo, what hip-hop is to me? Hip-hop to me is a platform, or rather a medium that I utilize to communicate my thoughts and my feelings, you know. But it first starts with me because I am my first fan. Whenever I write a rhyme, I try to make it different from the last time, you know. So what hip-hop is more of a vehicle of capturing the present for future reference. So yeah, it's more of a blueprint that I capture right now that will be looked at via, I would say, audio visual or audio itself. So that's what hip hop is to me.
As Psycholution, who did you grow up listening to? Who would you say were your early musical influences?
Yo, my man, I've listened to a whole lot of music, especially because we're talking about hip hop. To name drop would be I don't think it would do a justice to it, because I've been listening to different sort of music in hip hop for different sorts of influences, you know. I've been listening to the roots for more of that conscious live instrumentation type of presentation, and then when it comes to punchlines and that more aggressive, because I'm off the battle era, I listen to Cannabis. Yeah, Cannabis played a huge part in terms of influence. Nas, in terms of storytelling and concepts. But yeah, this is really a lot. I can't stop where I'd say rather on one word. Yeah, that's what it is.
And as an artist, how did you find your unique sound as an artist? What is that process like?
I love the fact that you call it a process, because it's exactly that. And what I've learned through it is that it's not about getting to a sound, but it's finding yourself as you get to the sound, you know. It's more of the journey as opposed to a destination, because this is my sound. Right now, I could be sounding differently than I'll sound 4 years to come. And how I'm sounding right now is sounding differently from how I sounded 4 years ago. So right now, in terms of knowing me, it's a mere element of doing myself, you know. And then it's interpreted as how you decide to label it in terms of sound. But for now, I'm just capturing what it is now, and later on I'll be capturing what it is then. Yeah.
Awesome. What legacy would you like to leave as a brand and with your music? What legacy would you say you represent?
In terms of legacy, I'd say we are mere instruments, you know, playing our parts in an orchestra conducted by God. In the sense that you as a I'd say video guy, the next person as a doctor, the next person as a lawyer, and me as a musician. By me doing what I'm doing, I'm just merely writing my story to be not even remembered, but to pass on what I've captured during my period of existence. So it's more of science, hints and clues, you know, of basically music. By us being musicians, I feel like we have a cheat code to life, you know, because we are in the beginning was the word, so words create, and if we create through making rhymes, I mean, we're already halfway in heaven. So for me, it's not about what I want to live behind. I think it's just making a difference in terms of capturing what I'm doing now for future reference. Yeah.
So what would you say is the next step for Psycholution?
Next step would be, it's funny how I'm starting to answer this question without even knowing what I'm about to say. But yeah, next step for Psycholution is touching the next person, man. Going outside of Swaziland. I'm already in Joburg now. Is to take it further than that. Hopefully Lesotho, hopefully Mozambique, Southern Africa, further being Africa, eventually or ultimately the world. Because we can't lie to ourselves, or rather being under the facade of believing that what we're doing with the music belongs to us. If it belonged to us, we wouldn't bother writing it or recording it, you know. So us writing and recording it means it's for the people. So it's just passing the envelope over the ocean. So yeah, next step is making sure that I help the world through the music. Man, the song I did with Baloch always taught me how to go inside. Man, the God was in his element, and so was I. I'm more defined as an instrument of God's orchestra. Like a brain surgeon had to keep an open mind. I'm more relying on the power that I have inside of me. The particle part of me, power, man, the God of me, part of me, but I'm part to be part of the upper class. If you part of, then hardest luck, and I'm gunning above the stars in the galaxy. Ha! Known as the Fat MC, flowing on this fatter beats, opposing all your whack MCs. Thought-provoking when flowing, you know I had him G. Roll with focus, the pro, Shane on this fattest beat. I know the kid, know that it's the pro that got me focused when I wrote the script over this. Pros you listening to, game is over, kid. Hey, the industry's in trouble now, so tell your favorite rapper that it's time to settle down. I made it, I'm proud of it, man, it's time to celebrate now. By the way, I took a Greyhound to Cape Town. Shout out to Mr. Mlaba, aka FTO, and everybody I met at the Cape City, yo. Really though, Shat so chilled at Bush Radio. Wish I captured every moment on video, but then it's so good, man, I'm still living. Listening to God to instill wisdom. I paint pictures with my words with the skill. Listen, to make it into heaven, smiling is the real mission. Witness how I got to Joburg on my own. The kid packed his bags, had to travel alone, leaving home all the way to the city of gold. In pursuit of music and education, shout out to Boston and my father, who funded the tuition with my mother. And my brother always held it down with nada problemo. Mkonzeni na no sibusiso. With the up and down, we balance the sides like a seesaw. With me though, I'm just happy to be alive. I value the support structure you've been into this life that I'm living. Hey, man, I write from the heart. If it wasn't about truth, I wouldn't write from the start. For real though, hey, man, I write from the heart. If it wasn't about truth, I wouldn't write from the start. So give me the mic, I spit it the right, so feel it. I'm tight whenever I write. The syllable rhyme is what I'm spitting, so feel it. Deliver it like I'm dependent on it to live it. This business whenever I recite on an instrumental, your mental is elevated. I'm into type of lyricism, uplifting your spirit. Listen, it's the wisdom that I'm dishing your system. The mission is to focus on the positive, God to live in the art of it. By the script, optimistic, I ponder this when I chart the script. With this provocative content topping the charts with this knowledge. Harvard would love to acknowledge half of my art. I'm an artist, son. Rap to my heart is done. Backpacking my factual raps, not what his son. So hadi son, focus on the positive, God to live in the art of it. By the script, optimistic, I ponder this when I chart the script. With this provocative content topping the charts with this knowledge. Harvard would love to acknowledge half of my art. I'm an artist, son. Psycholution.